definitely uncomfortable. I have to be honest. It was really uncomfortable.
I talk and laugh and have a good time, and so, you know, and now...
Toni and Tamar can't take care of mommy any better than Tawanda and I can here in Atlanta.
I was listening to the lyrics. I'm in the studio and I'm singing the song, and all of a sudden I was like...
They've all grown up and grown apart, but me and Toni stayed good.
I would really like for Mom to come to LA just to get everything a little bit more under control.
I was a little uncomfortable singing about masturbation. I was like, Kenny, what are we doing? Babyface wrote the song. It's like, what am I singing? What do you got me doing?
You're embarrassing them yet? Because that's the phase I'm in.
Oh, how old is your baby?
He's 14.
So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was there. That's a tough one.
That you were hesitant to do this and really had to be convinced, but now you look like you're having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
See? Yeah.
So I was a little uncomfortable about it at first, but I thought about it. I said, okay, I am woman.
Will that ever go away?
No, because I'm bruh now.
Well, my mom's doing great because she's with us. And
So I need to be a little comfortable with my, sexuality, and so I just said, I'll just do it.
I'm the 70s daddy.
That's the type of parenting
yeah,
style you have.
Say what now?
Oh.
hard, and it's hard for the sisters to figure out where's she going to be.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've ever had to deal with something like this, so it was kind of hard.
Stop everything you're doing, because the Braxton Empire is facing its biggest crisis ever, and it's shaping up to be one of the most explosive showdowns in family entertainment history. If you think you've heard drama before, get ready. We're talking secret backroom deals, multi-million-dollar contracts, shattered trust, and two powerhouse sisters at each other's throats. By the time you're finished here, you'll have the real story of how Tamar Braxton and Toni Braxton went from a united front to potential lifelong enemies. This isn't your garden variety celebrity spat, it's a full-blown empire meltdown. Millions of dollars in potential endorsements are on the line. Family members are lawyering up, brand deals are stalling, and fans around the world are asking, can the Braxton legacy be saved, or has Tamar's alleged betrayal set off a chain reaction no one can stop? Stay with me, because I'm about to spill every insider detail. The secret negotiations, the unauthorized clauses, the personal ambitions that might have cracked this once unbreakable brand. You'll come away with a front-row seat to one of entertainment's most riveting feuds. Buckle up. This is about money, power, influence, and the kind of betrayal that shakes an entire family tree. For those who may be new to the Braxton world, Toni Braxton is a legendary R&B singer, celebrated worldwide for her iconic hits and a voice that defined an era. Tamar Braxton, the fiery younger sister, emerged as a star in her own right with her bold personality, strong vocals, and a knack for stirring up conversation. Together with the rest of the Braxton family, they formed a brand, the Braxton name, that extended beyond music to include reality TV, endorsements, fashion lines, and more. Think of it like a massive entertainment empire spanning multiple industries. For years, fans adored their unity. But behind that polished exterior, tensions have simmered, and now they might be boiling over. So why should you care? Because this isn't just a catfight, it's a cautionary tale of how money, ambition, and family ties can mix into a lethal cocktail. The Braxtons built something that looked unstoppable, and if it can fall apart, so can any empire built on shaky trust. This scandal will likely change the entertainment landscape as sponsors, record labels, and promoters wait to see if the Braxton name remains a powerhouse or collapses under the weight of betrayal. The family empire's rise. How Toni Braxton's stardom provided the foundation for all the sisters to flourish. Tamar's alleged power move. The hidden deal that changed everything, and may have ignited this scandal. Contracts under siege. Why lawyers are poring over every clause, from songwriting credits to performance rights. The emotional fallout. How trust issues and competing ambitions are fueling an ongoing war for control. Hidden details. Secret real estate ventures, undisclosed brand partnerships, hush-hush deals you've never heard of. What happens next? Will the sisters salvage what's left, or is the Braxton brand broken beyond repair? Flashback to when the world first fell in love with the Braxtons. Toni Braxton emerged in the early 90s with a voice so soulful, it became an instant classic. Her success was meteoric, chart-topping hits, Grammy wins, and a worldwide fan base. As Toni's fame exploded, the rest of the family took center stage with her, forming a cohesive unit that promised more than just music. They had crossover appeal, capable of venturing into television, endorsements, and brand partnerships. Suddenly, the Braxtons became a household name. Their initial foray into reality TV showcased not just the glitz and glamour of the music business, but also the unbreakable bond that fans admired. They seemed so genuine, sisters who laughed, cried, argued, and made up, all on camera. Behind the scenes, however, the reality was more complex. There were always rumblings about who was truly in control and whether certain sisters felt overshadowed by Toni's star power. Still, for a while, the family brand held strong. Each sister played a role. Toni was the established icon. Tamar was the fresh, bold talent who injected a new kind of energy into every project. They had others in the family supporting them from various angles, each with different skill sets that contributed to what looked like a well-oiled machine. The synergy was real, but so were the quietly festering rivalries. Even in the early days, money, control, and influence were under the surface. When big checks started rolling in from reality shows, TV appearances, and brand deals, the sisters had to decide how to split revenue. Each new opportunity required negotiations. Who gets top billing? How are profits distributed? Does Toni's celebrity status entitle her to a larger share? Where does Tamar's rising stardom fit into the equation? To the public, these seemed like small details. Behind closed doors, every conversation was loaded with the potential to upset a carefully balanced system. Toni, protective of her legacy, often insisted on a more conservative brand image. Tamar, fearless and outspoken, wanted to push boundaries and highlight her individuality. Their different visions caused friction. At times, the tension was resolved quickly. At other times, it built slowly, simmering until it threatened to spill over in a much bigger way. Fast forward to the catalyst of today's meltdown. By now, Tamar Braxton had grown her fan base significantly. She had her own talk show appearances, a solo music career, and a personality that fans couldn't ignore. Meanwhile, Toni was orchestrating a major comeback album that would feature multiple sisters, unifying the family under a single, high-profile project. On paper, it was a recipe for success. Combine Toni's legendary status with Tamar's momentum and the rest of the sisters' skills to dominate the charts and rake in massive profits. Enter the betrayal. Tamar allegedly renegotiated parts of that joint deal without informing Toni or the other Braxtons. She angled for a larger share of royalties if the album took off, plus greater creative control over branding decisions. When Toni discovered these hidden clauses, inserted quietly into the contract, she was stunned. To her, this wasn't just a subtle ask for a bigger piece of the pie. It was a direct attack on everything they'd built together. Why so serious? Because this deal was intended to showcase a unified Braxton front. It would have strengthened their collective brand, secured additional endorsements, and possibly led to multi-year deals spanning music, TV, and merchandising. Tamar's alleged move essentially shifted the balance of power toward her and put the entire family at risk of collapse. Toni felt blindsided. She confronted Tamar, and the confrontation did not go quietly. Sources say that in a private meeting, Toni called Tamar out for disloyalty. Tamar fired back, arguing she'd always contributed just as much, if not more, to the brand's evolving image. She felt it was time to secure her own future. Tensions escalated quickly as both realized there was no middle ground. Toni believed any under-the-table deal-making jeopardized trust in the entire family brand. Tamar felt she deserved recognition and the freedom to leverage her rising fame without always deferring to Toni's wishes. This argument left lingering shockwaves within the family. If Tamar did this once, could she do it again? Could any sister be trusted? That's when lawyers stepped in, determined to review every contract the Braxtons had signed over the years. The revelation of Tamar's move was just the first domino in what would become a legal and emotional battlefield. As soon as Toni realized the extent of Tamar's renegotiations, she froze all ongoing group projects. This was a bold move that spoke volumes. No new album, no brand appearances, no interviews, no social media promotions under the collective Braxton name until the crisis was resolved. Toni believed that letting any project proceed under these shaky conditions would invite more betrayal. Tamar, on the other hand, saw it as punishment, an attempt to keep her from pursuing legitimate opportunities. Lawyers got busy drafting addendums, analyzing old paperwork, and looking for ways to lock each sister into loyalty clauses. Profit-sharing rules. They wanted to ensure everyone got a fair cut, preventing behind-the-scenes deals like Tamar's from reoccurring. Creative control stipulations, assigning who had the final say on music production, branding choices, and overall direction. Non-compete agreements, potentially stopping any Braxton member from striking side deals that hurt the family brand. The result? A minefield of legal complexities that turned what once felt like a supportive family venture into a cold-blooded business. Sponsors, management teams, and recording studios started to get jittery, demanding clarity before they poured money into new Braxton projects. As each day passed, it became more obvious that if the sisters didn't reconcile soon, the entire Braxton brand would be seen as a risky investment. In the midst of the legal chaos, Tamar took a defiant stance. If the family brand was on lockdown, she would forge her own path. According to multiple reports, she began pursuing outside partnerships under her personal name, distancing herself from any shared Braxton ventures. She wanted endorsements that gave her top billing, where she wouldn't have to split the spotlight or the paycheck. Many fans saw this as a power play. Tamar supporters argued that she'd earned the right to go solo after years of being overshadowed by Toni's fame. Critics contended she was self-sabotaging the family brand that had opened countless doors for her career in the first place. Amid all this, the question loomed. Is Tamar Braxton single-handedly demolishing everything they built, or is she bravely stepping into her own power? Whichever side you take, one fact is clear. Her move to go solo, while the rest of the family wrestled with legal changes, dealt a severe blow to any hope of a quick reconciliation. Imagine the tension at family gatherings now. What used to be a warm environment where sisters joked about reality show moments and upcoming projects has turned into a minefield of unspoken resentment. Each sister has her own legal counsel. Trust is practically non-existent. Toni's camp, doubling down on contractual safeguards and brand protection. Tamar's camp, prioritizing her independence and ensuring she's never locked into a lesser deal again. Other family members who once had key roles find themselves torn between the two. Should they side with Toni to preserve the unity of the Braxton name? Or should they accept that Tamar's approach is the new normal in an industry that thrives on individual star power? Friends and business associates are choosing sides. Some wonder if they should keep supporting Toni's old guard approach or align with Tamar's ambition. Promoters who used to shell out big bucks for Braxton family appearances are balking at the idea of dealing with a fractured brand. The sense of stability that made the Braxtons a lucrative pick is gone. Money is one thing. Emotion is another. Both sisters feel betrayed in different ways. Toni sees Tamar's renegotiation as an unforgivable breach of trust that endangers everything they worked for. Tamar feels she's been playing second fiddle for too long and finally decided to take charge of her destiny. This emotional clash is partly why neither side is willing to back down. When families fight over money, it's easy to label it as greed. But there's often heartache underneath. Toni's heartbreak at a sister's betrayal, Tamar's frustration at being overshadowed, and the entire family's sense of loss for the unity they once had. Pride prevents them from finding a middle ground. Fear of losing either fortune or autonomy fuels the fire. This feud isn't just about albums or TV shows. It's about every corner of the Braxton empire. Here are a few details that have slipped through the cracks. Rumor has it Toni penned several hooks that quietly became hits, boosting the Braxton brand's income. Tamar added her own flair, but who truly owns the composition? This credit dispute led to behind-the-scenes haggling over royalties long before the current scandal. From t-shirts to fragrances, the Braxton name has been lucrative. Toni's face and signature often sold faster, giving her a bigger share of the pie. Tamar, unhappy with being second in line, tried to create her own product lines. That move sowed seeds of distrust, even before the big betrayal. The family was known to perform at exclusive private events, corporate galas, and high roller parties, splitting 5- or 6-figure checks. Promoters usually paid a premium if Toni was the headliner. Tamar pushed for equal compensation, arguing her energy and performance style were just as much of a draw. Tensions flared each time a new booking came through. Behind the scenes, they planned a major streaming package combining reality TV specials, live concerts, and exclusive Braxton content. This could have been a game changer for their brand, drawing millions of viewers. But Tamar's last-minute demands for more control derailed it. Insiders say this was the spark that ignited the bigger inferno. The family toyed with investing in upscale properties, potentially hotels or event spaces that leveraged the Braxton legacy. When trust evaporated, so did the potential for a Braxton-branded hospitality empire. If you can't trust someone in a music deal, you're definitely not putting them on a real estate deed. These behind-the-scenes nuggets underscore that the Braxtons weren't just making music, they were building a multi-pronged dynasty. That's why this meltdown feels so monumental. There's a lot to lose. Fans watched the Braxtons for family unity and drama in equal measure. They never suspected something this massive was happening off camera. But once Tamar's renegotiations and Toni's subsequent freeze on family projects leaked, the reality became clear. This wasn't just a minor disagreement that could be resolved with an apology. It was a systemic breakdown that might permanently alter the entertainment landscape for the entire family. The press labeled it an empire of deception. Social media buzzed with theories. Some fans took Tamar's side, praising her for breaking free of constraints. Others sided with Toni, calling Tamar a backstabber who risked everything for personal gain. Hashtags trended, interviews were rewatched, and fans analyzed every subtle clue in old Braxton Family Values episodes to see if they could pinpoint exactly when the rift began. Toni Braxton's next move was to protect whatever remained of the brand's integrity. By halting all group ventures, she hoped to contain the damage. But in doing so, she might have also fueled Tamar's determination to succeed alone. Now, the possibility of a reunion tour or a collaborative album is up in the air. Sponsors who once lined up to feature the Braxton sisters together are uncertain whether that star power can still pull in big numbers if the family appears fractured. Could they reconcile? Possibly, but only if a massive compromise is reached. Given the current state of hostility, that's looking less likely. Both Toni and Tamar are at critical junctures in their careers, and any sign of weakness could mean losing leverage in future negotiations. In an industry where brand is everything, showing your cards at the wrong time can cost you dearly. We often glamorize celebrity families, but the Braxton saga reminds us that mixing business with blood is risky. It's easy to preach about unity and family over everything, but when multi-million-dollar contracts, endorsement deals, and personal legacies are on the line, loyalty can crumble fast. Ambition in moderation can drive success. Unchecked ambition, mixed with family loyalties, can lead to heartbreak and widespread collateral damage. Toni Braxton's heartbreak is rooted in seeing her dream, a family empire lasting for generations, turn into a public scandal. Tamar Braxton's frustration is about being perpetually under Toni's shadow and seizing an opportunity to stand on her own. Both positions are understandable, which is what makes this rift so painful. What's unfolding here is a universal lesson. When trust is broken, especially in a family-run brand, rebuilding that trust is monumentally harder than forming it in the first place. The Braxtons had decades of shared experiences, professional synergy, and mutual respect. Yet one significant misstep may have shattered it all. This is relevant even if you aren't a megastar. In business, partnerships often hinge on a delicate balance of respect and honesty. One betrayal, like a secret renegotiation, can unravel years of collaboration. As you watch this drama play out, consider how the same pitfalls apply to any entrepreneurial venture or business arrangement. Ego, money, and influence can be potent forces, for better or worse. Where do we go from here? There are a few scenarios. Tamar continues on her solo path. Toni refuses to budge, and neither side yields. The Braxton brand dissolves, and each sister navigates her own career in a post-scandal environment. Under pressure from fans, sponsors, or mutual friends, Toni and Tamar reach a tentative agreement. They reinstate some group projects, but the trust may remain fragile. A future betrayal could blow everything up again. This would require deep, honest conversations, likely a rebalancing of power. Tamar might get the creative autonomy she wants, and Toni might secure the brand integrity she insists upon. But can they truly rebuild after such a public debacle? Maybe they choose specific collaborations, like a final farewell album or a limited series on their family story, while keeping their personal brands separate. This route might give fans a last taste of Braxton unity before everyone moves on. Just when you think the drama has reached a climax, rumors swirl about additional court documents. Some claim Tamar is planning to file an official grievance or countersuit, accusing Toni and her team of unfair brand practices. Others say Toni is digging up old agreements that prove the brand name belongs primarily to her, blocking Tamar from capitalizing on it. This means the story is far from over. We can expect more revelations, possibly from leaked legal files or unexpected social media outbursts. If you're hooked now, just wait until the next wave of public statements or explosive TV interviews drop. When this intense drama hits, fans, friends, and observers alike can't help but pick sides. So let's open it up to you. Do you believe Toni Braxton is justified in freezing the family brand to protect its integrity and ensure no one can exploit the name for selfish gain? Or do you side with Tamar Braxton, who wants to break free from what she sees as Toni's overshadowing presence, forging her own destiny, even if it means stepping on some toes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The more perspectives we gather, the clearer the full picture becomes. Are these sisters victims of an industry that thrives on cutthroat deals? Or is someone just being greedy? If you found this deep dive insightful, smash that like button and subscribe to stay updated. We'll be covering every twist and turn in this Braxton saga. And trust me, there will be more. Know someone who can't stop talking about celebrity feuds? Share this post or video with them. It's more than gossip. It's a lesson in what happens when big money, bigger egos, and family ties collide. Let's keep this conversation lively. Did Tamar cross a line, or is Toni being too controlling? Will a new contract fix everything, or has the damage gone too far? This feud is unfolding in real time. We'll bring you the latest on any official court filings, unexpected reunions, or brand deals that might reshape the Braxton empire. Hit that notification bell if you're on a video platform, or keep checking back for the next installment. The Braxtons have always been a beacon of what family can achieve when they combine talents and stick together. But the dark side of fame is that it magnifies every slight, every disagreement, and every moment of unchecked ambition. This feud is a testament to how quickly trust can dissolve when money and power become paramount. Could a heartfelt sit-down between Tamar and Toni fix this? Possibly, but only if they acknowledge each other's grievances and find a genuine power balance. The fans are rooting for a resolution, but the entertainment world is notoriously unforgiving. One wrong move could cement the Braxtons' downfall and overshadow all the success they've achieved. Keep watching, because whether they make up or break up, the Braxton sisters are guaranteed to keep us on the edge of our seats. If they do find a way forward, it might be one of the greatest comeback stories in modern entertainment. If they don't, we'll witness the collapse of a brand that once seemed unshakable. In any case, the story of Toni Braxton versus Tamar Braxton will go down as a lesson in how family bonds can be tested by profit, ambition, and unresolved conflict, and how sometimes, even the tightest families reach a breaking point. Before you go, if you're fascinated by celebrity drama that doubles as a business lesson, make sure you don't miss future updates. If you're on social media, take a moment to post your take on the Braxton scandal. Use hashtags like #BraxtonFamilyFeud, #TeamToni, or hashtag Team Tamar to join the larger conversation. Remember, this is a front row seat to how power is negotiated and money is divided in the real world of big-time entertainment. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive. Whether you're a loyal Braxton fan, a casual observer, or someone intrigued by the complex dance of loyalty and ambition, you now have an insider's look at a story that's part cautionary tale, part riveting spectacle. Stay tuned for more, because the Braxtons are nowhere near done, and neither is this scandal.